All right, so in the wake of a year, Madame Gertrude Tokonu, she being sacked as a chief justice, so that's a former chief justice, no, a political analyst and also a professor, I friend Dr. Zato, or the same be about to job patch say, beginning of the year, before I did John Dramani Mahama BC, so no, or can see me say the first person, and this group of people will leave. Number one, the IGP. 2, Chief Justice. 3, EC boss. 4, EC and their deputy, their deputies. According to your friend is saying, Dr. Zato, or party says, Uncle Fuwe, no, the NDC view them as a more and a yes force now, I just say, which have been planted by the former MPP administration. She said, they are still, their wings and tentacles are still working for the New Patriotic Party, even though there's a new government. But then NDC want their own people there so they can straighten things out. Now, so far, now 2 of the predictions on Abim, IGP is gone, Chief Justice is gone. Now, the real big person of Borane, if you are beginning, EC boss Mensa. But then EC boss Mensa, omuyina. The petition, petition chief, the petition got 2 chief justice anima. She will probably have said no, don't remove her, and as a money legal right. So let's go after the chief justice. Your friend is Madam EC boss Mensa, no petition of the Supreme Court. Nipa na go be diamano no oni ho. Who, which is the chief justice Tokonu. And I see another Bible to just also another firestorm prediction about Betuja said the next on the chopping block. Before the year end, EC boss Mensa. And if EC boss Mensa, she knows what is right for her, perhaps on resigning. Yenko teen sama onankasa edi tuja yeba yebeto aso.
Call me Prophet Jebunti. Let people come to me, I'll prophesize for them and I'll make some money, That'll be a good thing. I should be a prophet or something,
You sound fulfilled.
I did. I called it. I told you, listen. The Chief Justice was an impediment. She was a means to an end. The end is the EC chair and her deputies. And I'm going to make another bold, prophetic, angelic prediction today. They are next. Very soon you will see the petitions for the removal of the EC chair and her deputies will roll in. And I'm telling you, by the end of the year, the CJ has gone, the EC has gone, the whole slate is going to be swept clean, and then you are going to have NDC people planted there to continue the NDC process of going forward. So yes, I'm very, very certain about this, and it's going to happen. Just watch this space.
Well, but then, as was clearly indicated, this is a constitutional process that was at play, specifically detailed in Article 146, as we've seen play out. And the president's decision was based on the recommendations of a committee, and he did not take that singular decision. Dr. Zato.
I have no problem with the constitutionality or otherwise of it. But you also then realize that every aspect of it, every single phase of it was what? Laden with politics. Now, this is what history will remember. History will not remember constitutionality, no. History will remember that under this constitution, in this 4th Republic, it was His Excellency John Dramani Mahama who was the first to fire a sitting Chief Justice, a member of the co-equal arms of government. History will remember that. History will not forget. Tomorrow, I'm sure that if people start teaching law, constitutional law and other laws, they will always bring this up. And whenever they bring this example, they will say, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama removed the Chief Justice Tokonu. And so far, it is probably the biggest achievement of this government is the removal of the Chief Justice. And that is what history is going to remember. And that is what politics is going to remember. And that is what going forward everybody is going to remember. So you can call it whatever you want, or you can laden it whatever you want. You can hide it under every single judicial or legal interpretation, whatever. But the history will remember the Chief Justice was removed by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and it's the first time it ever happened.
You've indicated that you have no problem with the constitutional provision as it played out in this instance. And it is the same.
There's nothing I can do about them.
Yes,
I cannot change the constitution.
I was coming to a point. And it is the same constitutional provision that you don't have any problem with, that also empowered the president to take this decision based on the recommendations of a committee established under this same provisional constitution, the constitution of the republic that you are not having a problem with. So how then do you say that it's a decision that the president has taken to sack the Chief Justice without also taking into consideration the provisions of the Constitution that detail the process that has resulted in this decision today?
No matter how you call it, you say it was His Excellency President John Mahama who sacked the Chief Justice. That's a fact. It doesn't matter whether it's a constitution or not. He sacked it. He wrote the letter saying, you are sacked, you are fired. One. Two, I've also explained on previous occasions, maybe I should rehearse it now, the whole process was laden or interwoven with politics, and it is the politics that we've seen coming up. We can rehearse some of them. One, the reason why we do not see the Council of State's charge sheet, we didn't see their recommendations, is a political decision. Akufo-Addo showed us the Council of State reasoning. President Mahama did not. That was a political decision. Two, when the decision came, the decision to suspend the Chief Justice was a political decision. It was a judicial decision because the President could have still exercised his discretion, allowed the Chief Justice to stay in office while the committee decided the case. That's also political. Three, even when to submit the report to the Council of State was also political. The President could have received it and said, yes, I've received it, but he could have kept it for as long as he wanted because the Constitution did not say you must submit it to the Council of State within a week, within 2 weeks, within 3 weeks. It was up to him. So I'm saying that in all these instances, and even the decisions of the Council of State, remember, it was the National Communications Officer of the NDC that announced the verdict of the Council of State to us. The Council of State never told us. He was the one who told us that the Council of State voted 30 to convict and 1 abstained. That decision to leak the information, to get information up to the communications director of the NDC was so political. So I'm saying that every single step of this process had politics interwoven into it. The discretionary powers being exerted were political